Smith, representing the Jamaica national under 17 team recently, wearing the captain's armband for Hydel this season. What will we see from him? Hydel has been a strong starter, not necessarily well known for their football, and it's intercepted, and it's put across the goal. And so it begins. Hydel High School off to a rocket start. As quickly as you can even blink, Hydel are up 1-0. And as I said earlier, this is going to be a long day for Penwood High School. Oh boy.
And what do you think about that goal? They are playing a high press. They don't think Penwood can play the ball out. How do you feel about that one?
Well, to be honest, we're not going to necessarily see Hydel be tested much today. I think Hydel will just try to execute what they've done on the training ground. It will be as though they're playing against their under 14 team in today's game. But I'm curious to see what happens. And it's held up in the midfield by the number 7, Mr. Smith, who plays it forward to their striker, who plays it wide. And it's stoutly defended by Penwood High School. I think Penwood will be taking the small wins every chance they get. Every stop, every interception, every block. I think they'll make the most of it because, trust me, it's worth celebrating. This Hydel team is a very strong team. They've brought people from Kingston College, as we've seen. They have talented players, national caliber players. And I think Hydel will make a good show of it. And it's squared into the box. And it's headed out by the Penwood defender. And it's out wide on the right flank. I'm identifying a pattern of play for Hydel. They're definitely going to attempt to use their width in today's game. And it's played through, and Barrett tucks it home, but the flag goes up. It's offside. That was a close one. Obviously there's no VAR in today's fixture, but I think had there been VAR, that would have been one to be reviewed. It seemed very close to me, but Penwood are saved by the assistant's flag. And it's played wide and passed outside. A simple clearance for the Penwood wing back, the number 14. Kennel Campbell. And it's taken in. And it's Gabriel Sabroin, the number 13, in the middle of the park. He seems to be the one that is going to be orchestrating this game today, right above the defense line. He seems like he's going to be a pivotal part in today's game. As I said, this Hydel team just are pushing out stars from all angles, and I'm very curious to see how far they take it today. And it's easily handled, passed across the back line, and it comes wide to Campbell, who is a wing back that's playing very high, that touches the line. Oh, what beautiful skill from another Barrett. Well done. And it's brought down by Daly, who plays it through to Barrett, who holds his head up. Will he get a square in, or will he try to hold it up? He plays it back in, but it's well handled by the Penwood central defender. A very big centre back he is. Number 4, trying to push his line. And it's one back by Hydel. What's new? Oh, and Hydel are playing with it around there. And the defender almost lost it, and he's giving away a foul. Yeah, people, so because of the change of jerseys, there might be some number mishaps, people. So bear with me if I might get a name or two incorrectly on this call, because Hydel is not wearing their original jerseys. And Penwood has a strike from about 30 yards. And we see him dressing back. And he drives it. Oh, what a strike! He'd want to capitalize on that one. He hit it with grace and confidence. Just sneaking over the crossbar. Penwood almost got one in right there. So we see where Hydel has to be careful about the dead balls, because Penwood clearly has people with the capability to convert. And it's taken down by the Hydel central defender, who plays it forward into the midfield and plays a beautiful through pass. But just a bit heavy. You know, from my angle rush, it looked like it was perfectly on line.
Boy, I wonder if you had the glasses here a while ago. He said beautiful, but I saw the attempt, and it was definitely a good attempt, but it didn't quite come off.
All right, so Penwood are under it as we assumed. You know, this Hydel team started off very quickly. You know, getting off to a rapid start against Kingston College, blowing them out of the water. And it's hemmed up and it's played wide to Campbell, who plays it in the middle of the park. Who plays it back to their tall central defender. Who moves it wide. Oh, and he looks just offside, but the flag stays down and he goes to cross it. Could have done better with that square. And I think the linesman missed that one just now. Had that scored, Penwood would have had something to say about it. But nothing untoward happened. And it's all good. And a few minutes has elapsed and Hydel opening the scoring very early, but not managing to score again. I think Penwood would be very satisfied with the result right now. What do you think, Rush?
Yeah, I think they're just trying to keep it tight. They're trying to defend well. You know, they expect this to be a game where they will be seeing an onslaught of offense from Hydel. So I think they've been in there, you know, not giving much in the attack, but I assume that's what they expected. I think they're doing well so far.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, I'm getting off a very good opportunity from a dead ball. You know, that could have resulted in a goal scored very early. And he's taken down in the middle of the park. And Campbell, he looks very competent at wing back. You know, a very, very smooth defender. And Sir Brian loses it in the middle of the park. He has to be more careful. He might get away with it in a game like today, but when he's playing against the bigger teams, losing it in that position will prove detrimental to his claim. The Hydel central defender number 6, I don't think he's been having a great game today. You know, giving away a foul very early and just making a lot of mistakes. And it's played in the middle of the park to Smith, who plays it wide. And you see Hydel having a lot of darting runs across the Penwood back line. Nothing coming of it so far. But I think Hydel will continue knocking. And it's well taken down. And Sir Brian Park. And the referee stops the game there. There's a Penwood player down. The Penwood number 6, Mr. Robinson. And I hope the kid is fine. You know, he's an instrumental part of the few chances that they've gotten to go forward so far, and I think he'd be and he's been an instrumental part in them going forward. And the game has restarted and it's played over the top. Beautiful to Daly, who squares it across, but it's well cut out by the Penwood central defender, the number 4 and the captain. You know, he's been Tyreek Samuels, one of the bright sparks for this Penwood team today. It seems as though he's already worked his weight in gold. And he's leading the team from behind, but definitely leading the team very well indeed. And it's squared across. And the ball goes up. Oh no! Oh no, the goalkeeper has to do better with that one. That's a soft goal to concede, even by Penwood standards. Richard Johnson has to be disappointed with that. Should have been elementary. It was easy to deal with. You know, he's being lectured by his captain right now. He should have dealt with that much better. You know, the ball came across and it looped in the air for a bit. You know, he opted to go with a punch, when I think, from my perspective, he should have gone to catch it. You know, he didn't deal with it right. You know, he misjudged it for a bit, and it rolled off the top of his fist and fumbled right into his goal, barely crossing the goal line. Unfortunately, Penwood conceding such a soft goal. Hydel 2, Penwood 0. Yes, Sean. A soft goal for Penwood to concede.
Yeah, I'd say schoolboy error, but this is schoolboy level. I don't think I'll be seeing worse than that today. An awful goal, and he'll be watching back this game, and definitely knowing that that was not his finest moment.
Well, the game has restarted, and it's in the middle of the park, with Hydel as we expected. Beautiful pass, played wide, but well cut out by the Penwood number 14. But Lenroy Campbell, he's pushing high up into it, and Barrett. Oh, what a save! But it's played in on the rebound, but the flag goes up. Rush, we've seen some of those kicks this summer from Barrett.
Yes, we have, and I think he's fancying one today for sure.
Yeah, so he's eyeing it up. I think he's identified blood in the water from this Penwood goalkeeper. And he took a shot there from about 35 yards out, right along the ground, and we know his capability. We know he can score those. I would say it was a good save from the goalkeeper. I think he could have been much more convincing than that. But at least he kept it out of the goal. And that's all he can ask for.
What do you think about their attack here?
1 second rush. And it's played up from wide. What you were saying?
You don't want that one in his highlight reel. Yes, what do you think about the defender, number 6, the captain for Hydel? For Penwood, sorry. Kicking their goal kicks.
The number 4. Samuels. The number 4, their captain. Yeah, he's been kicking it all game, and he's been inconsistent. But I mean, if he's kicking it so inconsistent, I can't imagine what the goalkeeper would be doing. Think about it.
Yes, for sure. But at this level, you'd expect the goalkeepers, 16 and 17-year-olds to be able to kick their own goal kicks, especially if you want to make it in the world of football. But sometimes it's an injury, and sometimes it's just not being able to do it. Hopefully it's an injury today.
Well, yes, and it's, we see where Hydel is trying to use the width today, playing with their wingers and their wing backs bombing forward. Campbell, he's been on the ball so much, and it's played through to Barrett, who plays it back in the middle of the park. Referee. Oh my God, that's a sliding with two feet. Look like a dangerous one right there. And Campbell again, playing a beautiful through pass to Barrett. Yeah, and you talk about the goal kicks, we're going to see one up right now where sometimes the goalkeeping coaches in Jamaica, it's not emphasized, where we don't train our young goalkeepers to be good with their feet in any regard. Yeah. And that's something in the culture that needs to change.
Yes, and that is where football is going. If you're coaching goalkeepers, you have to coach them on their feet. You have to teach them how to kick that ball and how to be comfortable in their goal area. Because when you're able to do that, the advantage that it gives you against other teams, is something that you can't discount. So for sure, maybe you'll be taking this one.
Well, he looks to be sizing it up, and it's odd that we are in a commentary speaking so much about a goal kick as though it's a free kick. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I bet it's something that they won't love. See their captain slowly walking over, he turns away. So I think this is the goalkeeper's one. I think he heard us, bro.
And Penwood, Lamar Robinson, one of their instrumental players. He's having some injury issues. I think he had to be subbed off early in the first half. That's going to be a big blow. And Rush was taken,
Good enough.
He got it to the half line, didn't he?
That's good enough.
And Hydel holding it up well in the midfield. Their number 7, Smith, playing it through to Sir Brian, who, as I said, has been bossing the game all day. Just taking it easy in the middle of the park. And beautifully played wide on the flank. And he's held, but the ref holds the whistle and it's played across. He tries to go for it. And Penwood are stringing a few passes together. But it's intercepted by Sir Brian again, who loses it. I speak about this Sir Brian fella. He seems to be beaming with talent, but he has to be more secure on his football. He's losing position, and it might be okay now against Penwood, but against a bigger team, he has to be secure. What do you think about the Hydel number 13?
I agree with you. I think he's a decent player, a bit inconsistent. But the thing is, and I'm watching this game, and the only thing I'm thinking about is how awful the feel is. The bounce of the ball is so inconsistent, and we are here. We can't help but to be harsh on the players. But I'm seeing a few missed passes. A few.
Not to cut your Rush, But we just saw a crunching challenge by a Hydel player. You know, I think Penwood were making a break for it down the right wing, and the Hydel defender came across and with no nonsense at all, coming right through with 2 feet. And I think we might see the first booking of the game right now. You know, it was a reckless challenge. You know, he was coming down, and I think he misjudged it and he mistimed it, and he will be going into the referee's book.
Yes, it is, and it could be a message to the Penwood players. You know, don't play around here. The moment you guys get a chance, we will, you know, be at your feet. So, message received, Hydel.
Jomo Gordon, you know, coming in and getting the first booking of the game. You know, this has been a clean game so far, but as you were saying about the field, that has been the furthest thing from clean.
My God, man, it's so bad. You know, we want to see better fields, but, you know, the resources aren't always on the level that we want it to be on. I must say, bro, that tackle a while ago, I think the ref has been lenient by giving him a yellow. He got none of the ball. It was all player.
2 feet, you know, we hate to see it in today's game, because these are young players that have futures ahead of them, and this type of reckless playing has to be deterred from early. And we've seen Penwood with a threat from the set piece direction. I think if Penwood are going to get anything from the game today, it's going to be from a set piece.
Yeah, it has to be.
Oh, he played a beautiful skill right over his head and he's brought down.
Yeah, I don't think Penwood would get many chances from open play. So if I was their coach, I'd tell them to definitely use a few, you know, skill moves, get some fouls in and around their, around their box. If you could get in their box, that would be great. You know, and then try to take your chances from there and hide.
And it's played too beautifully, squared across! And the flag goes up once more. You know, Hydel are really bursting the lines down the flank. Not holding their runs though, they're forwards.
Yeah, offside or not though, I want to see that player taking that chance and scoring that goal. You know, that's definitely one that you should, you know, convert. It's never easy to take one out of mid-air, but I definitely would want to see him do better with that one.
The player Dante Brooks, you know, playing for the men from Ferry, he definitely wants to take that, you know. I think he's happy that the flag went up, because that kind of negates some of his embarrassment. And Hydel has position. Playing it through to Barrett, who slips, you know, and that's a testament to the poor surfaces that we play on. Penwood retaining position, if only for a while, and the number 6 is back on the park after getting some medical care. Played a beautiful through pass, but it's well cut out by Gordon, you know, and Gordon has to be careful. You know, he came in very hard, he stayed on his feet, but he's on a yellow, so he'd want to be very careful, and I think Penwood would want to pressure the side that he's playing on. The central defender, Jomo Gordon, and no-nonsense defenseman. But Penwood has their first scoring of the game, and that in and of itself is a massive achievement. And as I said, if anything is going to be gotten from this game for Penwood, it's going to be from set pieces. But you'd want a better delivery than that. You know, Flat didn't even pass the near post. But Hydel has to retain position better than that. It's given away way too easily. So it's a Penwood throw. And it's thrown in, but it's easily dealt with by the Hydel central defender, who spreads it beautifully to the far side. And what a 1-2 played! And Hydel is down the wing, and will the forward hold their run? It's squared in. And Samuels makes a terrible mistake! And it's well taken! The Penwood captain has to do better than that. You know, he's been somebody that's been involved in almost every single position in the Penwood half. The ball came across very slowly with no teeth, with no venom, and he should have dealt with that better, but Daly came in smoothly and just tucked it away with sheer composure and grace. It was never in doubt, was it, Rush?
Never at all. And we're seeing a demolition job. This is a bit of bullying. You know, this is a school, Hydel is a school we expect, you know, to stake a claim this year, you know, for the Manning Cup title and for other titles. You know, but Penwood, my God, man, the defending is not great. I'm seeing 5 at the back, but this is not a resolute defense at all.
As I said, first year back, you know, it could be a rebuilding type situation. And the one thing you know is where there's an effort being made, that sometimes is good enough. And Penwood is a school where they'll accept this. You know, they're playing hard, they're getting stuck in, and you love to see it. You know, Penwood, my mother's alma mater, big up to her. But it's a situation where these guys are working hard and they're pushing, and What more can you ask?
You say shout out and big ups to your mother. You think she's tuning into the stream right now?
You know, I think she's tuned into the stream right now, but I don't think she'll be happy about what's going on. You know, it's not a great showing by Penwood at all.
I tell her to close her eyes. It will get worse.
It absolutely will.
Hard tackle from the number 4 there.
Sam Wells.
I think he's upset. I think he's frustrated with this Hydel high.
Hydel are giving him a lot of problems, but some of the problems are brought on by himself.
For sure.
Hydel with another corner, where it's a throw-in apparently, and it will be taken by their wing-back Campbell. You know, what do you think about the number 19 rush? You know, their left back, been pushing high up the field, you know, bombing forward.
I think he has the ability to do it, and I also think he's given the space to do it. So why not? You know, even if you're not the greatest, show them what you can do and get them to give you some respect. So I like it from the number 19 today.
Yeah, and Campbell, you know, he's been making a lot of waves. You know, he took that throw, and it's beautifully played back. And it's played into Sir Brian, who sized it up. And you know, I think he'd want to have more venom on that shot. And it's well dealt with by the captain, Samuels. And it's played out to Campbell. Campbell has been very involved, and we see Campbell making his way into the Penwood box. And it's squared over. Oh, an acrobatic effort! But it was played directly to the Penwood goalkeeper, who managed to pull out an odd save. What a chance! You know, Hydel are having fun with it at this point.
Yes, for sure. And I'll tell you right now, the number 8, the captain for Hydel, Ronaldo Barrett, best player on the park. Best player on the park so far, and I think the best player on the park.
One of the best players in this year's schoolboy football competition, don't you think?
For sure. He'll definitely be up there when we speak about the best players in competition.
And it's played through again, but well cut out by the Penwood defender, who clears it calmly, you know, for a throwing. And Penwood has been dealing with some of these true passes pretty well. Can't complain.
Not at all.
And the throw is taken quickly by Hydel, and it's held up on the flank, and it's squared in. How many times have we said that? And it's missed the head by a couple of inches, but Campbell puts it back in one time. Right over the head of Barrett, but will be recovered by Sir Brian, who takes it sublimely and plays it wide, beautifully exploiting the right wing. And it's not squared at this time. He decided to cut in, and he played it on top of the box. Oh yes. And what can we say, people? Roshan just spoke about the captain, and it's as though he's heard us. And he's put one in. I don't even know the score at this point. Well taken. It's a demolition, people. You know, Hydel are a cut above this Penwood High School team. And it's still in the first half. And this or that Sports TV, we have a terminology we refer to as a violation. And this is obviously our first full broadcast. And I guess we're lucky and blessed to have witnessed a violation.
And people, it takes a lot. You know, a lot of resources went into this stream, and you know, it's going into the channel this year. So obviously, if you're watching right now, it will get better. But we're doing our best. Like the stream. Share the stream. Leave a comment. Talk to us in the comment section. One of the beautiful things about this stream is we can respond to you. So talk to us. And obviously, if you're not already subscribed, subscribe.
And I have to cut a rush because it's scored in again. And it's played across. The goalkeeper looked a bit unsure, as he's looked all game. You know, Penwood getting away with one, and it's taken in sublimely, played beautifully in, and that looked to have fumbled up on a hand. The linesman put the flag up, but the referee fanned him off. Not interested
at all.
You know, we saw where a hand was involved. The linesman was indicating that it should have been a penalty, but the referee just fanned him off. What do you think of that one?
I like a commanding referee. I like one that is not easily swayed, but I also like one that takes advice from his linesmen and women. But
from the gantry.
Yeah.
Do you think it was a penalty?
No, not at all.
And it's played in.
And I don't think any favours will be given to Hydel today, safe to say.
Oh, and Campbell deals with it well on the flank. And it's well intercepted by Daly, who pushes it wide. The number 17 Daly has been very active today, giving it away very cheaply just now, but recovered easily by Sir Brian, who plays it into Barrett, who plays it right into Daly again, who hits it to De Bruyne, who hits it one time! And it's well cut out by the Penwood central defenders. You know, they've been working for their money. Once again, Samuels getting to it for a corner.
For sure, and that's the venom that you asked for earlier. We saw one, he tried one earlier. You know, a paper shot they'd call it. But that one was definitely struck with some power behind it.
Seeing Penwood having a player gone down, was that? Eh? So we've seen it and people, we've watched it back and we're here in the gantry and it's not a penalty, Roshan says. Not a penalty at all. So she said the official, the referee in the middle, was right in not calling it. But
yeah, I think he's right, and I think he's been having a good game so far. He's in command of this game. I feel like he's controlling the game well. Obviously, you know, we saw a few risky tackles in the earlier parts of the game, and he isn't afraid to show his card and calm that game down. I feel like he's in command today.
Definitely in command, and you know, it's a game, as we refer to it on this or that Sports TV, a violation. So I think this ref will have a lot to do. It's a lot to do today. You know, Penwood will always be defending, and as such, they'll always be tackling. They'll always be blocking shots. There'll be a lot to do today for these officials.
Yes. And people, I'll take the opportunity to remind you, check out our post-game analysis. Check out our interviews after the game. Is this a goal?
Oh, what a set piece! Played beautifully onto the head of Smith, who boxed it in so easily. You know, he was completely unmarked. What do you have to say about that Penwood defending?
My question answered. I said, is this a goal? And yes, it was. Schoolboy defending again, but it is a schoolboy left, and I can't say it enough. My God, Penwood, they're going to have a long day. Just 20 plus minutes into the game. Man, this is going to be a violation.
Rush, I don't think that score that's on there is very accurate. I think it's much more than 5.
We'll definitely double check and talk to our producers.
And people, Hydel are scoring so many goals that it's getting away from us. And we've done some checks, people. And I thought it was 6. You know, I must have lost count. But it's actually Hydel 5, Penwood 0.
Yes. And credit to the producer. Come on. Doing a great job here today.
He has a lot to do because it seems as though he has to be changing the score every other minute. And it's played through, and it's well cut out by the Penwood central defender, but De Bruyne recovering position. Rush, after we spoke about him, you know, being a bit lackluster, you know, losing the ball too often, De Bruyne has really stepped it up towards the end of the first half.
Yes, and we won't be the only people at sight. I'm sure his coach is saying something to him over there, and he's definitely stepped it up in the middle of the park.
Recovering position yet again, and playing it through, and the ball is driven past, and we see where Hydel is trying their utmost best to exploit that right wing.
The feel again, man, I can't help but say it. I will repeat myself, but I have to say it. The feel is so awful. I want to go Ronaldo Barrett attempted to play a pass over the top, and at the last minute the ball made, you know, a bounce up onto his shin. Awful.
And it's cut out by Campbell. Oh no, it's not. It's well won by the Penwood defender, by the Penwood attacker, but Jomo taking it well. The Hydel number 3. You know, he seems to be a very skillful defender, stepping up into the middle of the park. And you know, as us Jamaican people would say, piling the Penwood attacker. What do you think about the Hydel defenders?
No, I feel like they're defending well. They're stout around there. They're not allowing Penwood to get any confidence. And again, they're not afraid to give that free kick. You know, and I guess that they're confident that they won't score from a set piece. They have big defenders around there. So I'm expecting, you know, them to continue being a good defense today.
And a set piece yet again. And that was from about the half line. And very ambitious people. You know, you love to see when the young kids, you know, aspire for greatness, and that's exactly what that was. Because had he converted, that would have been a great effort. And it's played over the top to Daly, who controls it perfectly and plays it in with the outside of his foot, but it's cut out by the Penwood defender, and it's recovered by Campbell. Oh! Recovered again by De Bruyne. How many times have we said that? And it's Barrett trying to weave his way through the midfield, unsuccessfully so. One back by Penwood, who plays it forward, but it's easily one back. You know, attempting some skill right there, trying to take on that big central defender.
Yeah, and you know, be confident. It's definitely seeing Hydel Penwood not being afraid, you know, to take their chance whenever they get them. You know, we see ambitious efforts from free kick. I would definitely see whenever they get on the ball, they are trying to keep possession of the ball. You know, I just think Hydel today are just much more better than them and wins the ball so much quicker than they'd expect them to.
Another set piece from just around the half line. Rush, will they aspire for greatness again?
They will be putting that ball into the box and definitely try to get an effort and goal.
But we see where Hydel is playing an extremely high line, and about 10 yards higher than the box.
Oh,
poorly taking the free kick. And once again trying to exploit that right wing, but it's overcooked. You know, you wanted to take just a bit more off that, giving his winger more of a chance to get onto that ball. Definitely worth the effort though. We've seen where Hydel are exploiting that white ring almost every single time. Do you think that's their style of play?
I think it is. You know, to get the ball out wide and ooh. I need to talk to the producer real quick, you know. I need some refreshments in the commentary box, producer. Come on, man, help us out, help us to help you.
Yes, people, we've been going at it. And you know, being here at Marvelly Football Ground, it's not necessarily one of the most modern parks in Jamaica, and as such we've had to establish a makeshift gantry, you know, where we've, you know, done some climbing, we've gone on some rooftops, but we've established ourselves in a very good position so you guys can get the best possible coverage that we can offer you. And it's attempted to take down by Campbell. And it's played through by Daly into the forward, who cuts it back. Brooks played it wide. And it's squared in. And Brooks gets ahead. Oh, but the keeper gets a beautiful strong hand on it this time. Getting it almost out of his 18-yard box. But Barrett holds it up and plays it in again. But it's well dealt with by the Penwood central defender. And kicks it hard. That's Joma, who plays it in. Oh. What can you say? Another goal.
Yes, and you said that. Yes, and you'd say that a great shot, you know, from the middle of the park from Jomo. But he would tell you a beautiful pass.
That he would tell you indeed. And you know, after a bit of pinballing in the box, you know, a bit of back and forth action, you know, bouncing here and bouncing there, the ball managing to fall on the foot of Mr. Smith, who tucks it away perfectly for a second goal. You know, we saw him take one beautifully with the head. Now he just took one, a cracker with the right foot. Will we see him complete the perfect hat-trick with the left foot today? That's something to watch for.
Definitely on the cards. And I'll tell the betting fans to put their bet on that one.
And it's taken down well by Jomo Gordon, the central defender. The only player in today's game to be booked so far. Very vocal centre back, you know, Jomo Gordon. We see him talking to his players. And once again, Hydel has it wide, cuts it back perfectly on top. Ronaldo Barrett with a beautiful skill tries to hit it with the left foot, but it's blocked once more off the line. Penwood are defending for their lives. They're attempting with their endeavor best effort to try not to concede anymore. I don't think they'll be successful. But for now, the score remains at 6. Penwood 0.
For sure, and definitely not on that occasion. But I would bet that there will be more goals in this game. It's already 6, so safe to say a violation incoming. One more goal to the violation, people. Will we see it? Talk to us in the comment section.
And it's one back beautifully on the left flank by Daly, who squares it in with the left foot. Oh, a bit of miscommunication there by the Penwood defenders, causing the clearance not to be a great one. And it's recovered by Sir Brian once again. And Jomo Gordon cracks it from about 45 yards out. Not much teeth in that one, and it's easily cut out. And Sir Brian has it, and the field trips him up. The field, one of Penwood's best defenders today, I'd say, and he tries to string the needle, unsuccessfully so. Intercepted by Gordon, who tries to play it over the top, but as we can see, a defender playing a pass of a defender, not quite successful. And Penwood playing it wide, trying to take it out. And successfully so, it's clamped down by Gordon again. He's been such a menace on the left side, not giving Penwood any life. Ronaldo Barrett, you know, he's trying to be creative to the rush. Ronaldo Barrett.
Yes, but I must speak about Penwood and their confidence. You know, I definitely like the ambition, man. Obviously, their quality, I think, is letting them down, but they're not afraid to try and play that pass over the top, trying to take on a player. And I must admire it from Penwood. And a lot of people say, come and keep it tight and try to concede as little goals as possible. But I feel like Penwood, they are trying to back themselves today and try to play some football with Hydel. Is it the right strategy? I'm not quite sure, but it's definitely something to admire.
Definitely something to admire, you know. And another school, Kingston College, as I say, the brave may fall but never yield. And Penwood are definitely falling time and time again today. But one thing they've always gotten up after every fall. And like the men from North Street, Penwood refuse to yield. Will they be beaten into submission today?
Ooh, Hydel will definitely try to beat them into submission. But I don't think a school like Penwood knows anything about submission. I think they'll fight. I see some fighters on the pitch.
Fighting is definitely something that they have. We see a deep line along their 18-yard box, about 6 defenders. And I think it's damage control at this point for this Penwood High School team. But Hydel are relentless, playing it through once more, but just passing the forward, not being able to get a foot on it. The ball will trickle out for a goal kick. Hydel are relentless.
They are. But I think coming out in the second half, I think Hydel will definitely try to, put their feet on the throats of Penwood if it's not already there. I think they'll be a bit better in the second half. They'll definitely be playing, I think, in the better part of the pitch. I'm trying to see which part of the pitch is better. But I'm definitely expecting them to be a bit more comfortable, knowing that the game is already won. And I think a few players will be going for their hat-tricks and trying to get, braces. Talking
about hat-trick, it's played through beautifully by Barrett to Daly, but it's well cut out by the Penwood defender.
Am I being too lenient on these players?
Not to cut a rush. A beautiful shot by Barrett, trying to get on the score sheet again. Unsuccessfully so, but it's cracked by Daly. Not quite getting it on target.
Not at all. My question to you though, am I being a bit too lenient on these players? We're seeing a lot of miscontrols from them, and a lot of the time the ball is bouncing up. But should the other players be a bit better, especially in the middle of the park?
They definitely should be a bit better. I think complacency might be setting in. I think they might just be looking to get the next goal and not concentrating on what is in front of them, which is in the current moment controlling the ball or making the pass. And I think it's really costing them efficiency. I think they're losing a lot of balls that, regardless of the playing surface, they should not be losing out on. And Penwood plays it over the top, and it's taken by the number 10, not fully in the midfield, controlled well, dancing. Hydel losing position once more. We've said that all too many times. And I think if Hydel were as efficient as they could be, this game, although already over, would have been even more dusted. Oh, and it's played through beautifully to Daly. Oh, he cracks it with the left foot, rattling off the near post. But the flag will go up and that goal will be disallowed. What a beautiful strike off the upright. Just missing by inches. Daly, the number 17 today. Javado Daly, that player, has been a menace to these Penwood players. Getting forward every single time, being a menace to this Penwood team. And I think he's well in contention to be one of today's man of the matches or men of the matches, because Hydel had so many scattered all over the place. Campbell playing outstandingly. Sebrine recovering position every single time in the middle of the park. Ronaldo Barrett being a maestro in the middle of the park. And Daly being a menace to this Penwood team. As you can see, there is the goalkeeper down. But the Hydel men in the middle of the park are having a lot of fun with each other. They're talking and they're just, at this point, gearing down. We've seen Penwood players scattered all over the park. I think this is as physical as it has gotten for them. They're not used to this kind of constant badgering and battering. I think Hydel may well be the best opposition that they'll come up against in this group, though the likes of a Kingston College and a Calabar might have something to say about that. But Hydel definitely are making a claim for it.
Yes, right. So for the people watching on the stream, let's give you guys some score updates. As of this moment, Kingston College is leading Camperdown 2-0. Kingston College won their game 2-0. Charlie Smith and Calabar are playing out a tie there. It's 0-0. Jamaica College is also 0-0 with Spanish Town High. No other scores for you guys just yet, but we're doing our endeavor best to make sure you're updated. St. Catherine High is leading Edith Dalton James just 1-0. Nil.
And another goal kick by this captain team, and it's taken well enough by Joe McGordon, but the feel, as I said, being one of Penwood's best defenders on the day, causing him to not retain possession. But of course, Penwood didn't deal with it as well as they could have. Still only a throw though, and I'd say that's some consolation. Every single time Penwood get themselves into the Hydel half is a consolation for them. Once again, a Penwood player brought down rush. This could be exciting. We saw them crack one from about this distance earlier that snuck right above the crossbar. Will we see a replica of that earlier effort, or will they do one better? Can they trouble the former Kingston College man Jerry Lee in goal with this free kick?
Manny, the amount of newspapers I'm assuming he has read so far, proverbially of course. But I do think, to answer your question, I do think they'll put a similar effort. They'll definitely try to get something on goal and at least get the ball into the box.
It's a bit further out than the one that they challenged him on earlier today, but I do think that the Penwood player possesses the venom to strike it from this far, and I don't think it's very hard to assume what he's going to do next. And the referee has blown his whistle, and I was expecting a much better effort than that. That was much tamer than we expected.
For sure. Again, just quality letting them down. I feel like Penwood, they're not having an awful game. I just think Hydel and their quality is just overpowering them today.
And once again, Hydel exploiting the flank. A better pass expected. Rush before the game, I heard some insight that Tajiri Lee, the Kingston College goalkeeper, is operating with a knack.
He's looking comfortable so far, not tested. Thought he would have gone for the shot a while ago. He doesn't look tested. He hasn't been tested so far. I definitely can't tell if he's struggling with an injury. But, hope the kid gets healthy soon or get, to 100% as quick as possible. I'm definitely a player that I like, been at Kingston College last year, putting a decent performance. After Hydel, I think looking to build on what he started at Kingston College last year.
Yeah, and Hydel winning a free kick, it seems as though the ball fumbled onto the Penwood player's hand. The referee blowing the ball. What did they say about the ball cannot be handled on the ground rush? And we just saw it in that.
You need to speak to the referee about that one. He's clearly telling you that the ball can be handled anywhere on the pitch.
Is that so? Growing up playing scrimmage, we've always heard that ball can't hands upon ground. The referee showing us different in that regard.
Yes. Obviously, they ref the game a bit more lenient whenever a player is down. But the ball definitely. And I think the ref answered that question. Can be handled on the ground.
Well, we've seen it there, unless the traditionalists, the cultural footballers in Jamaica's scrimmage tradition were wrong. Or is it the referee?
They'd hate to hear this one, but I think the ref is so far a good ref, and I think he knows what he's doing. So I'll take his word or his actions for it.
So people, there you have it. The ball can most definitely be handled on the ground. A testament is showed clearly now. Hydel having a beautiful opportunity to the side of the 18-yard box on the left side. And the number 14, Omar Henry, seems to be sizing it up. But he's also there backed up by Campbell. Will Omar Henry take a crack at goal, or will we be seeing one of Hydel's squares? He shoots it, but crushes it into the wall, and the ball will trickle out for a throw-in. Do you think he would have been better served to square that in rush?
Yeah, for sure. I think he should have gave his players in the box a chance at that one. But I'm not sure the confidence is booming right now. So I can't fault the kid too much. And it's halftime, people. As you could have told on the time on the screen. People will be here talking to you through halftime. But the footage of the game will cut right now. And it will be back very soon.
Yes, people, thank you so much for staying tuned. You know, we saw a cracking first half. You know, a goal-filled first half. You know, right on the verge of being a violation. Hydel 6, Penwood 0. Rush, what do you think about the game thus far?
I'm enjoying the game, man. I'm enjoying calling the game. I like this. People, I like this. If you want to see more of this from us, you know, tell us in the comment section. Like the video, and obviously subscribe. I can't help but to do my YouTube stuff. But definitely a good game from Hydel so far. I think they will be pleased by their performance. On the Penwood end of things, they want to see better from their team. Yeah, obviously, Hydel is definitely a really good opponent for them. And coming into this game, I know that they think that it would have been a hard game for them. You know, but for sure they can't be too hard on themselves. They're definitely playing one of, if not the best team in the group. So a good game all in all, and people, stay tuned. Stream is going well so far, and it will get better, people. How do you feel about the game?
You know, as I said, a very fun game to watch. Definitely see where both teams can improve. You know, Penwood definitely can try to cut out some of the simple mistakes that they've been making. We've seen a stinker from the goalkeeper this evening, you know.
10 tick in the live chat so that we not have to talk so much. 10 tick, what if we like to talk? Have you ever thought about that?
And people, it looks as though a last-minute substitution was made right before the game with the goalkeeper, you know, Tajiri Lee, not starting incidentally because of the injury that he was carrying so far, people. My apologies for the misinformation. It's the Hydel second goalkeeper, Adrian Robinson, getting the start because of the Tajiri Lee injury, the former Kingston College man. What do you think about Tajiri Lee? We spoke about it in the beginning of the stream, you know, making the switch from Kingston College. You know, towards the end of last season, we saw where their substitute goalkeeper, now starting goalkeeper, Malik Williams, I think his name is, got the start. Do you think that had anything to do with him coming over, make it to Hydel?
No, I just think it had everything to do with the fact that he's injured, as you mentioned, as we heard before the game started. But I feel like that's all to it. He's a senior right now in schoolboy football. You know, he played in the biggest games for Kingston College, barring one last year. So his experience is definitely something they'd want to take advantage of. But I don't think it has anything to do with his transfer. Who to tell? I think it was a recruit.
You think it was a recruit? So are you saying that Hydel is under recruiting train now?
I'm definitely making that assumption. Seeing also a change in their technical staff. I see their goalkeeper coach was at Kingston College last year. He's over at Hydel right now. Who to tell if he brought him? You know what? He's definitely wanted at Hydel, I'd assume. You know, you wouldn't make a move from Kingston College to Hydel if you aren't wanted.
Yeah. And I spoke to the Hydel goalkeeping coach, Neil Oxford, formerly of Kingston College, asking if he was the one responsible for Tajiri Lee making the long drive from North Street to Ferry. And his response was the opposite. Tajiri Lee was the one who brought him over to Hydel High School. What do you have to say about that? Tajiri Lee's career.
Yeah, for sure. Wanted to see him play today. Obviously disappointed, but I feel like their goalkeeper is having a decent game. Obviously not being tested a lot, you know, but we'll see him in the future, I'm sure.
So at halftime, as we said, Hydel 6, Penwood 0. People were going to take a brief break, you know, get some refreshments and get livelied up for the second half of football. But before we go, Rush, what do you expect for the second half?
I expect more of the same. I don't expect any mercy rule or anything of the sort from Hydel. And I expect them to come out and run over Penwood as they did in the first half. Just more of the same. Good football from Hydel, dominant performance from Hydel, and just Penwood trying their best to keep the score as low as possible.
Yes, people, and the players are beginning to take the field. So we'll cut for a brief minute and be back with you for the second half. us. Thank you so much for joining us in the second half, and we see where substitutions have been made. You know, Hydel making a switch at the right back position, bringing in the little Andrew Allen. Curious to see him, small in stature, but will he have a massive game? Let us see. And he gets his first touch in the game, and playing it back, he seems to have a lot of tenacity. Oh, muscling the forward off of his ball, the young Andrew Allen. That's exciting. The number 12 coming on, making his appearance. A small wing back with a big heart.
For sure. If you were to guess his age, what would you say?
You know, I'm not quite informed about his age, but he definitely looks to be a lower schooler. He can't be in a higher grade than the 8th grade. There's no possible way. Making a brilliant impact with his first couple of touches on the park. And we see him staying back, playing very cautiously, not advancing as high as the wing back was in the first half. Do you think that's by instruction, or do you think he's just a bit timid?
I just think this time he chose not to go. I guess you'll describe that one as timid, but looking to see him take advantage when he's given space and time.
The youngster number 12, Andrew Allen, coming on the park. Oh gosh, he looks so small, but we saw him in action just now. Very diminutive, very strong for his size too. You know, already a fan favorite. And it's whipped in. And it's taken by the centre back to the far post. Cut out again.
Nasir Small in the live chat said that he's in grade 11. What do you make of that one? I'm not sure if the information is as accurate as you want it to be, but if he is indeed in grade 11, what would you say?
I don't know if I believe that one, Rush. I don't know if I believe that one. Oh, and it's an own goal. It was taken very well. You know, is it that Penwood were just tired of not getting on the sheet themselves? Yeah, it's an own goal. You know, unfortunate. The square came in, and there are a lot of Penwood hands and heads right now, all congregated in their own 18-yard box. The pressure just got too much for them. And unfortunately, the half begins just as the first half ended, with Hydel scoring a goal. And the score right now, Hydel 7, Penwood 6, Penwood 0, sorry.
You want to give Penwood a goal so bad. Is that the support for your mother right there?
You know, I know, as I said, people, my mother's alma mater, so you'd love to see Penwood get on the score sheet at least once today. But 6 is pushing it. I don't know where my head is at right now, but I need to get it right back into this game. Penwood trying to play it around the back, losing it. You know, very risky stuff. Oh God, and it's a risky tackle. You know, but Hydel manages to keep position, and it's played in the middle of the park. The number 7 Smith with a beautiful back heel, playing it back in the midfield, but losing it. And it's hustled up hard by Hydel High School, pumping it up the field. Out for a Penwood throw. And the half begins just as the last half ended, as I just said, with Hydel getting on the score sheet. God only knows how many goals Hydel will have by the end of the half. People, I'm here trying to get some confirmation on the number 12. I heard that he's in the 12th grade. I don't believe it. Once again, cut out by Sir Brian. Playing it back through to the tall, diminutive central defender, Brightly of Hydel. Very tall and powerful defender. Very good on the ball. Oh, it's Forbes, my apologies, people. Not Brightly, it's Forbes. Very diminutive. He's about 6'4". You know, but he handles the ball with grace. Sublime defender. And it's played across to Omar Henry, who plays it over the top. But it's well cut out by the Penwood defender. Not having the greatest of games today, but he's had some bright sparks. He's made some saves, and he pumps it down the park. And it's not handled well by yet another Hydel substitute. And Sir Brian hands it and plays it out wide to Andrew Allen, the new wing back, who plays it in the middle of the park to Ronaldo Barrett, who plays it back to Sir Brian, who plays it upfield to the forward, who kicks it back to Barrett, who takes a crack at it again. He's known for scoring those. We've seen him score it in national colours. This summer this spring, representing Jamaica in the national under 17 World Cup qualifiers. We've seen him score a few crackers for the national team, and he's here trying to do the same in the Manning Cup. And I think he'll keep trying, and I do think he'll score a few more of them. And we see the Penwood goalkeeper dominatively pumping his players upfield, and it's cut out by the young Andrew Allen, or not so young as our commenters say. Played back to Forbes. Forbes have it, holds his head up and spreads it beautifully out wide to the left back, who is playing very high. Campbell, we spoke about him a lot in the first half, and we've seen him assume a position very high up the park. Hydel, though making some changes, are still going for blood. And it's Omar Henry coming all the way back into the defense to pick up position. It seems as though he's taking a deeper position as maybe a defender. Hydel looking very dynamic. Omar Henry, the midfielder, coming all the way back.
Confident at the back. They're not afraid to give the ball to their defenders, and they're not trying to get rid of the ball as soon as they get it. So confident in defense from Hydel.
Definitely a team that looks to play the ball around. In the first half, and it's Andrew Allen with a thumping strike, thumping score across the goal. Not availing too much, but he definitely has some strength on him, Rush.
Yeah, for sure. I like it. I'm enjoying his performance so far.
Yeah, and going back to the composure of the Hydel defenders. In the first half, we saw Jomo Gordon, alongside Forbes, playing the ball calmly between each other and playing it into the midfield. Obviously, Gordon being substituted, maybe because of his yellow card. That could be the reason. Trying to avoid another yellow card, which would lead him to be suspended for the next game. See him being taken out. But Forbes being left in now to marshal the back line. But both of them illustrating poise on the ball. And it's played over by Penwood. Oh, kick and miss. And it's pushed forward by Mario Henry, who plays it through to Daly, who is attacking him aggressively, but an acrobatic clearance by the Penwood central defender, saving them the embarrassment of conceding yet another goal. For now, at least. Rush, do you think it's inevitable that we'll see Hydel get on the score sheet yet again?
For sure. I expected Hydel to come out a bit more aggressive than they have, but I'm expecting to see a few more goals today.
Making some substitutions, do you think that could be the reason why they aren't as venomous coming out at the half?
It definitely could have. It takes some time for such.
Oh, Rush, sorry to cut you. It's a beautiful blade over to number 10, and he's gone through and he's gone down. But the ref waves play on. No penalty. Penwood getting a really good chance. Do you think it could be because of the substitutions made in the back line?
It could, and I think the substitutes need to catch up to the pace of the game right now.
And it's gone down wide. And what a beautiful piece of skill. And kicking it in with the left foot. Yeah, and the right winger. Well, starting in the middle of the park, Omario Henry all over the field today. Playing a deep role, playing in the middle, playing as a forward and playing out wide, making a lot of moves, creating a lot today. Very, very, very assertive in today's game. And it's Hydel again with yet another corner kick. And Hydel with a corner kick. Will another goal come from it? Oh, and it's a crashing header. Just over the upright. Over the crossbar. Not managing to keep it down. What do you think about that attempt, Rush?
Brilliant effort. You definitely wanted to be with a chance like that though. Unchallenged header. Just about 10 to 8 feet away from the goal. he definitely should be putting that one in the back of the net.
For sure, for sure, for sure. And we see here a bit of apparatus issues. You know, it seems as though the football has lost a bit of air. Could it be because Hydel has been kicking it so often at the Penwood goal, kicking the air out of the football, forcing it to be replaced?
Man, some things that schoolboy football will give you, you'll never see elsewhere. I love it though.
If I'm going to be honest, Rush, you've seen that at the highest stage where they've had to change a ball because it's deflated. So it's not nothing untoward. And it's ushered out by the captain, Ronaldo Barrett. And it's taken by the substitute, Andrew Allen. And it's ushered across the back line. There's no pressure on these Hydel players, so they have the space to do anything and everything that they want to do. And it's retained in the midfield by the number 14. I tell you, he's been all over the park today. And it's brought down beautifully by Andrew there, who takes it and he kicks it! Pushing up from the right back position, getting into a brilliant position, making a good run, kicking it right off the top of his foot, not getting the contact that he wanted, I think, but definitely had an eye for goal.
Yes, he's definitely the perfect example of a little bit with Talawa. He definitely came on and his confidence is not small. His stutter is, but his confidence is not small at all. And definitely I see that he has some ability out there on that pitch.
Oh yeah, making runs, you know, showing himself competent in physical duels as a right-sided defender. Will he get himself on the score sheet today? Definitely a fan favourite. And it's played over the top by Penwood, once again trying to make a claim. And it's into Ronaldo Barrett. People, as I said, are apologies for probably getting a few of these names incorrectly today. Hydel having to wear an alternate kit because of a colour clash with Penwood being the home team. Hydel having to wear a default grey kit. And as such, some of the numbers might not match up to what's on the printed team sheets that was provided to us. And it's played over the top to Daly, who cuts inside, who takes it back on the right foot. And he tucks it calmly to the left side of the Penwood goalkeeper, to his right side with his right foot. Calmly and composedly finished. It was too easy. Got it right over the top. Got in behind the Penwood defenders and tucked it home like a forward does. Very, very good goal.
A violation. The violation has arrived. People, it's a good game. I hope you guys are enjoying this one. Hydel running over, steamrolling Penwood today. Not their best day. Still managing to put in a great performance against Penwood. This is what they expected though. I can see right now their backline took one step up the pitch. My God, they're having a really good game against Penwood today.
Oh yes, a very, very good game indeed. Rush, do you think it's time to start placing bets on how much this match will end?
I don't want to embarrass the teams or make fun of them. So I'll refrain from making bets, but I can tell you the game is not over and there's definitely a goal or two more in this game.
Once again, Penwood making a valiant effort, you know. And it's a bit of hesitation by the Penwood defender, but he just didn't manage to hold his run, being flagged offside. Nothing much came of it anyways because the Penwood defender was off his line, a bit hesitantly, but still managing to get the ball before the forward. All coming to nothing though. It's offside. And it's pumped up the field by the Penwood goalkeeper. Oh my God, and it's a mistake by Forbes, but recovering very efficiently, passing it to Andrew Allen, the youngster.
Love the composure from the number 5, Mr. Forbes. I love the composure from him. Yes, he made a mistake, but he never seemed rattled a while ago. It's almost like he knew that he would recover from his mistake. I like it. Tall, lanky kid, but also resolute in defending.
Very good on the ball too. You know, he's passed it and kept it at every chance he's gotten. Oh, that's a bit of a high boot. And once again, Penwood with a free kick around the area. Will this be the moment for them to break their goal scoring drought? Will this be the chance? You know, we've seen this number 6 take a few, you know, he's struggled with injury. He's taken a few tame ones. He's cracked a few good ones. Could this be the moment where he gets himself and his school on the score sheet?
Yes, yes, yes. Put your name in the hat, kid. This is the chance that you've been waiting for. You dreamt about it last night. Is this what you saw in your dream? We will find out in a few seconds. Here we go.
And he kicks it wide. Oh, it curls just over the crossbar. You can definitely see him making a concerted effort to try and convert on these free kicks, but he hasn't gotten it picture perfect to this point. If Hydel continue relinquishing free kicks in and around their box, I think they'll pay for it.
Yeah. Not an awful effort from the defender.
It's Lamar Robinson, the guy, you know, taking a few shots. You know, all of Hydel opportunities, all of Penwood opportunities coming from dead balls and set pieces. Now I think Hydel has to be a bit sharper around their boxes so as not to give away these kicks. And it might be complacency, it might be the substitutions, but regardless of the reason, they have to be better at not fouling in and around the box, getting the only bookable offense of the game, you know, and giving away a lot of free kicks in and around the area, more so even than Penwood has given away. You know, what do you think is the cause of that?
Yes, for sure. As I said earlier, they are not allowing them to get into the box. Whenever they get into dangerous positions, they are not afraid to give them that set piece. I guess they're confident that they will not get any headers inside the box and you will have to beat our goalkeeper from outside of the box again, which is something they are confident they won't be able to do. So if it's a tactic, which I think it is, you know, bring them down whenever they get dangerous. I think that's a good tactic.
And a sweet piece of skill there by the Penwood player, managing to push the ball forward. But once again, Sabroin intercepting the football and cracking it from about 40 yards out. You know, that was a very, very tame effort. But boy, oh boy, has he been doing so well in recovery today, the Sabroin. Lost the ball a bit in the beginning of the game, but definitely found his footing towards the end of the first half and managing to maintain it in the second half. One of the standout players, sitting right in front of the defense. A very, very good player for Hydel. Once again recovered by Sabroin. You'd like to see a better touch from him, but Daly pushing it up the flank once more, and it's still Daly going across, squaring it to the back post, finding the onrushing Campbell, and he's tackled. Nothing untoward there, and the Penwood defender frustratingly just clears it right out of the Marble Football Park. Rush, do you think that clearance was out of frustration?
It may have been. Give the people a quick score update. Obviously, Kingston College won the earlier game at 1:30 today. 2-0 to Kingston College over Camperdown. Obviously, Hydel is leading Penwood right now, 8-0. Calabar leads Charlie Smith at the Anthony Sparling Sports Complex, 1-0. JC versus Spanish Town is still 0-0. Excelsior leads Cedar Grove, 3-0. And St. Catherine High still leads Edith Dalton James, 1-0. Inzud leads Holy Trinity, 1-0.
Massive result with implications on this group. Calabar going ahead and Charlie Smith at the Anthony Sparling Sporting Complex, which is normally a fortress for Charlie Smith. You know, Calabar High School losing to Kingston College. Kingston College losing to Hydel. Hydel here annihilating Penwood. Calabar going up against Charlie Smith. This group is really getting hot. And it's played through beautifully to Daly, who controls it and cut inside in the box. And he takes a shot for a post. And it's well dealt with by the Penwood goalkeeper. You know, managing to get his footing, though conceding 8 goals. Still putting in a shift for his team. And it's played to Campbell. It's a bit of a high boot, but the ref holds the whistle. And it's played around with Penwood, who just pumps it upfield, not wanting to mess around with it in and around their area. And it's Campbell, the left back, taking the throw quickly, playing it into the middle of the park. And he's brought down. And it's Hydel with a free kick from close to the half line. You know, Sabroin stands over it. I think he's pushing it forward, and even more forward, you know, trying to get every inch he can get. You know, it's a game of inches, and he's trying to take them all. And it's played through beautifully by Forbes, but it's well cut out by the Penwood defender, bucking it back home to his goalkeeper. Well done. And the goalkeeper tries to start the break very quickly, but it's cut out. And it's played through into Barrett, who plays a cute little pass into the Penwood area. And it's taken down well by Andrew Allen, who plays it through to Daly, who plays it wide. Rush is a fan favourite, that kid.
For sure, and I can see why. Confident kid, I love his confidence.
And it's Forbes. Oh, well done by Forbes, who takes a crack at it.
Why not? Why not? Having a good game so far. For Hydel there, number 5. Like his performance so far.
Yeah, a defender, not having much defending to do, but when his name, has been called, he's been equal to the task every single time. And whenever he's made a mistake, he's recovered so seamlessly. It was as though he didn't make that mistake to begin with. Very, very solid player. I think is a player to look out for going forward into the season. Top defender.
Trying to analyze this game. Looks like Hydel. 3 defenders at the back. I think they made a substitution not too long ago. Am I seeing correctly, or is it their left back is just a bit high?
Yeah, as I said, Campbell, he's been playing high all game. Even in the first half, his name has been mentioned on this call quite a few times. Bombing forward, trying to get himself involved, trying to get himself in good positions. So I see where Hydel are maybe pushing their left back up more and leaving young Andrew Allen back to play alongside the 2 defenders, for a bit of consolidation.
For sure, and right now he's definitely in line with his midfield. Tactic working so far. He's bombing down that left side. Want to see him get the ball a bit more though.
And a goal kick by Penwood. And it's recovered by Sir Brian. I think I've said that line so many times in today's game. That man has had a very good game. And it's played through, but a bit overcooked. He just wanted to take a bit more off that. The Penwood goalkeeper just trying to calm things down. A bit of damage control. Pumping it up the field. And recovered again by Sir Brian Rush. I've said that so many times in today's game. The number 13, just calm and composed in the middle of the park. A very, very, very instrumental part in what Hydel is offering. Ronaldo Barrett, play it in through. Just saw it out. Now I think the tempo has definitely slowed down by Hydel. Hydel definitely aren't as assertive as they were in the first half. Yes, they've made a few substitutions, taking out a few of their key players. But I think the intensity has dropped somewhat. Do you think this is them being merciful, just taking their feet off the gas?
I think it's just job done. Let's get out of here, keep it safe. No injuries. Let's finish the game. I think that's all it is. I don't think they're feeling sorry for Penwood, so to speak. I just think the tempo of the game has dropped because they're comfortable. And as you would expect, if you're leading a game 6-0 and you don't come out immediately trying to score goals in the second half, at some point the tempo will drop. Just because you're leading by so many goals, and the other team will sit off trying to, employ some damage control. And I think that's what Penwood is doing right now.
And that Jordan Phillips, the number 10 for Penwood, in a very, 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 very dark performance from this Penwood High School. Jordan Phillips, has been a ray of sunshine, managing to pick the ball up and attempting to, make some moves in the middle of the park, trying to string some through passes. But Forbes has just done a bit better than him so far. And we see where Sir Brian, it seems, has been replaced in the middle of the park. He's had a very, very good game today. Sir Brian has had a very good game today, and I think the coach has look at him run. The young Allen, small in stature, but boy, does he have heart. Does he have heart? Definitely has heart. But yes, Sir Brian, he's been taken out, and Tyler Rust has been brought in the game to replace him in that same position, of similar complexion. So it can be seen, it can be understood why that sub, was overlooked. But the number 13, Sir Brian, taking an early day. I think, and Tyler Rust has just taken it on. He's, soon as we spoke about him, playing a beautiful pass over the top, just not being able to be recovered, to be retained by the Hydel left winger.
The Hydel midfield definitely has some depth.
Oh yeah.
Their starting midfield was really good, and even although they made the subs.
Not to cut your rush, but it's taken in and played into Barrett, who drags it across the post. He has to do better with that.
For sure. It's definitely not his best day goal scoring wise, even though he's brought himself onto the score sheet.
For sure.
You'd have felt disappointed not to leave today with 3-4 goals.
Yeah. But back to the Hydel debt, we saw where Sir Brian was doing immaculately in the middle of the park, seeming to get on every single ball that Penwood tried to push forward. And now the young Tyler Rust has been introduced, and he's been doing the exact same thing. It's taken up well. It's played down the flank, and once again, just not being able to retain good footing in the park. Unfortunately, Rush, we spoke about the playing surface, but this is one of the better ones that we'll see in the Manning Cup. That's the crazy part of it.
Unfortunately.
And Hydel taking it up. And he cracks it from far out! And he manages to sneak it in the right inside of the upright. He cracked it from quite a distance away. Out of nothing, he made something like a magician, managing to score in the blink of an eye, managing to put Hydel yet another goal ahead. Will this onslaught come to an end, Rush?
Man, maybe it has. Is that the goal of the day though? I like that one.
Smith from way out, just picking it up, not looking to make anything of it. We thought he was going to make a pass. We thought he was going to try to spread it wide as we've seen him done all game. And he just held his head down and he struck it from about 35 yards with no fear, hitting it right up across the upright, off the post.
Yes. To speak of this Hydel quality, man, they're a really good team. Last year we saw them in a tough group with Camperdown and teams like Mona, where they didn't put up the challenge that they wanted to put up. But this year,
not to cut you, Rush, but Forbes, man, just took it down so calmly as a defender, driving it through the middle of the park. Oh, and it's well taken by Allen, who goes again. He drives, he beats another one. Very exciting player. He still has it, but he loses out. But his players, Captain Ronaldo Barrett, coming back to help him out. What an exciting young lad.
You're getting some compliments, my brother, in the comment section. Hakeem Williams likening your commentary to that of Martin Tyler. Man, what a compliment.
If I'm being compared to Martin Tyler on his worst day, I'd absolutely take it. So that's high praises, and I really appreciate it. And it's been pushed up the field, poorly controlled. Once again, the playing surface.
Man, to speak about that goal, despite of the playing surface, because that's not an easy goal.
Yeah.
Bounce right in front of the goalkeeper, got it off the upright. Brilliant goal from their number 7.
Ronaldo Barrett. What a beautiful pass played in. And the goalkeeper slips it, but he manages to recover. Ross, something that I've wanted to speak about. I've never been given the platform, but for the first time,
You've made it.
Yeah.
You've made the platform.
The quality of goalkeeping, especially in youth football in Jamaica, it leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah, at the top, you have some really good goalkeepers. At the top of schoolboy football, at the top of the youth level. But towards the middle and the bottom, it's awful, and I don't think much is invested in the goalkeepers. The academies around the country, they're trying a bit, but I feel like the goalkeepers just generally in the country, they are neglected, and I want to see them being paid a bit more attention. And I think your point is very valid, and it's something that you should continue to push.
But why do you think that is, though? Because Jamaica, we've produced the likes of Warren Barrett and Andre Blake, arguably the greatest MLS goalkeeper of all time. We've seen Donovan Ricketts. We've seen other very good goalkeepers that have come from Jamaica. So why don't you think there is a greater emphasis being placed on that position in the country?
I just think, unfortunately, the people that are invested in football are keeping an eye on the fact that that's not where the money is. Yeah. Goalkeepers are not being sold for a lot of money. The wingers, the forwards, the goal scorers. If you can pull out a top midfielder out of your school or out of your academy or your team, that's where the money is. Unfortunately, I think that is the reason why the goalkeepers are being neglected. Obviously, there is some research and study to be done on it. But if I was supposed to go off top, I think it's just because it's not a glamorous position, one, and that's not where the money is.
But in recent times, we've seen goalkeepers, the likes of Kepa Arrizabalaga, that some would say is not even of an ilk, to be bought for over 70 million euros. So there's definitely a rise. David Raya recently been transferred to Arsenal on a loan deal, but with the ability to make permanent for a whole heap of money. The likes of Courtois when he was sold to Real Madrid, Ter Stegen, being paid a lot of money and being made high transfer fees on. Don't you think it's time for us to tap in on that with our size and talent?
We definitely should tap in on that. If you think about goal ability that you need to be a good goalkeeper, that's something that Jamaicans naturally have. You think about strength, you think about height, you think about just dominance, and they say every goalkeeper needs to be a madman. I don't think we're short of that here.
Yeah, I think madness in Jamaica is a dime a dozen. Alright, so we've seen Sir Brian popped up. Apparently he wasn't subbed off, but Tyler Rush just assumed his position in the middle of the park. We've seen Sir Brian now taking a position more at the right side of the defense, pushing the young Andrew Allen up the field. Will we see more of a spark from him being a winger and not a defender?
Man, I want to see what this, Marvelly football field sidelines would look like if Allen could manage to get on that score sheet. Scenes I'm predicting.
He has such heart and tenacity. He just keeps running at them. He's a very aggressive player in spite of his size. And Hydel restarts the game quickly in the middle of the park to Tyler Rust, who plays it wide to Sir Brian, who has it under control. Sir Brian obviously a versatile player. Boss in the midfield. And now
risky play from goalkeeper.
And it's Jordan. And it's played through Smith. And it's taken beautifully by Andrew Allen, who pushes it past one. He squeezes across. What an inspiration this kid is. It's not the size, Rush, but it's the heart.
Not at all. And that kid is not short of talent. I can definitely see. Obviously, his size, a lot of people pretty could let him down when trying to make that transition. But I can tell that he has some talent there, man. His control is good. He's very agile and flexible, as it is not hard to do at that size. But definitely has some ability and some talent there. I like the kid.
I'm not sure what happened there, but there was a booking just now to the Penwood goalkeeper. What do you think?
It may have been for the challenge on the winger. Keeper left his box.
Yeah. Oh yes, it was a terrible challenge. Watching it back now, it seemed as though it was called back. Well, while the Penwood goalkeeper was being booked, people, we see where there seems to be a pretty bad injury. For the first time, the medical staff, commendations to them for being here at a game like this, having to stretcher off the Penwood player. We've seen where the Penwood players have gone down quite a bit in today's game. I hope the player is okay.
I really do. I don't like the reaction from the players around him. I'm hoping that it's nothing serious. I'm hoping it's something that some cold spray and a pack of ice could solve. But unfortunately, I don't like the reaction from the players around it. Back to the game now.
But you know what? If it is very serious, we had the ambulance here and we had the medical team readily available and very well equipped to handle it if needs be. But I hope the kid is okay. And the game is being restarted. Drop kick by the goalkeeper. Not much distance on it. But Penwood still manages to retain position. Tries to play it inside. And he goes forward. He's still going. He keeps it in. He slows it down wide. He does a bit of skill. He beats his man. He gets into the box. Squeezes it across. And Penwood still has it. Is this the time for Penwood? Oh no. And it's cut out. And it's pushed upfield. And it's played through to Smith, who manages to usher it out for a throw. And he'll bring it.
Best passage of play from Penwood. You know, from open play, they found themselves in the box of Hydel.
And yet, and it's going across. Yet another goal by Hydel High School, like clockwork. They've done it again. But unfortunately, there's another Penwood player down towards the Hydel goal. The Penwood players are falling like flies. At this point, are the players giving up, Rush?
Can't say they're giving up. I just think the quality of this team, and it's beating them into submission. You asked a question earlier. Unfortunately, I just think they're frustrated and they want to get out of here.
Well, I hope the player is okay. You know, he's gotten up. He's being escorted off the pitch. But it's always a good sign when the player can walk off the field without being stretchered. So yet another goal. A beautiful passage of play by Hydel. You know, getting the ball down the left flank and cutting it back, as we've seen them do time and time again today, and reaping great rewards, managing to score another goal. This Hydel team is on fire.
It is. Looking forward to big things from Hydel this season, man. Excited to see what they can offer in the later rounds of this competition.
And it's Rust playing it beautifully across to Sir Brian, formerly in the middle of the park, now playing the right back position. What a versatile player. Playing it through to his captain, Ronaldo Barrett, who plays it in beautifully to the right wing, to the young Allen, who gets it in the box, who cuts it back, and it's kicked by Smith. And it's brought down, and the ref says play on. No penalty. But Andrew Allen again, making moves.
Some fans on the sideline, my brother. Not only are the people in the live chat liking your commentary right now, but the people on the sidelines, I think you're doing a good job.
As I said, making a gancho out of nothing, coming and borrowing ladders, stools and chairs.
Having to climb on roofs. My God, was this a day, and I think it was all worth it.
As I said, people, we're not always often blessed with the greatest of resources, but we manage to get it done regardless, because we love our subscribers. And another square by Hydel High School is headed over the bar. We've seen that so many times today. But Rush, not to harp on young Andrew Allen. Boy, has he made an impact.
Man, he's a firecracker. He came on and he definitely injected some life into this game.
Yeah, and he's definitely started to play higher up the park. You know, as we've mentioned, Sir Brian assuming the right back position. You know, pushing Allen up the park, and he's gotten the free roam to run. Oh, and it's well done by Ronaldo Barrett, who plays it to Sir Brian, who plays it wide to the young Allen, who drives down the right flank, who cuts inside and gets in front of the defender, and it's down. And the ref looks to his linesman, and the linesman says no penalty. It's a corner kick. He's really working, driving down the right flank. The Penwood wingback has no answer for the young Allen Rush. He's a firecracker, almost winning a penalty for his team. He's a very exciting player. And as I said, he's accumulated a lot of fan support here. Though being the away team, the fans definitely love young Allen. And he's definitely looking threatening. And he gets it and he volleys it. Not quite well, but it falls right back out to number 17, who doesn't get good contact and fails to convert it. But Hydel retains position, and it's Daly who lines it up and cracks it from far out. Just over the upright. Right over. So yes, people, Hydel, they've been knocking and knocking and knocking. And yes, people, they have gotten the door open quite a few times. Scoring 10 goals. Against any opposition, 10 goals is quite an astounding amount of goals to be scored.
For sure. And the mentality, to have that mentality, to have that killer instinct, to come out and just not getting tired of winning and continue to score goals.
And it's cracked from far out. What do you think about Penwood insisting on going short?
it's their style of play. You know, a lot of it's what they want to do. You know, they want to employ that Pep Guardiola playing out from the back style. It's not worked on the day, but I'm sure maybe their coach would say, good job, guys, good try. This is what we wanted to do. Here they go on an attack.
And we've heard some whistles in the fans, in the stands. My apologies, people. The fans want this to be over. You know, this is not necessarily a result that you want at your home field. You know, it's not necessarily at Penwood High School. You know, it's quite a ways away from Waterhouse where Penwood is located. But I think close enough. Forbes, man. Oh, beautifully played in the middle of the park by the goalkeeper, and Barrett just hits it. The second touch, straight to the flank. What a beautiful pass by Barrett, who gets it into his player. And he... Oh no, I think he should have kicked it earlier. He definitely should have taken the shot one time. I think he definitely did too much just now.
Yes, overplaying it, and I think a bit selfish there. Young Allen and the other forward, they were in the box and open. I think the right decision to make right there would have been to cross the ball.
And what a beautiful pass by another Barrett, getting it first time with his body and playing it with the left foot off the volley precisely onto the foot, into the path of the left winger, you know, managing to almost create an opportunity. He went down with cramps. Do you think it's time to call off the guns?
I think it's time to take Ronaldo Barrett off. I'm not tracking their substitutions if they have another window, but it's definitely time to take him off. You can see his quality today, man. His quality is just a bit higher than the level that he's playing today. Wonderful touch, control, right out from their goalkeeper from the clearance that he made. 1, control. 2, out to his winger. Right on time. Brilliant pass.
And you know, that's something that you see with internationals coming and representing their high school. You know, the experience that is garnered when they go out and play for the national team, they come back and just, oh God, look at Allen. He's so classy in the middle of the park. He's not afraid of anything in spite of his size. And it's played beautifully out wide to the winger, who has tons of space. Squares it back post. But the flag is up. It will not count. Rush, I think the Hydel team are making a concerted effort to get Allen on the score sheet. They're trying to feed him.
Yes, I think they want to. He's not only a fan favorite, but I can tell he's a favorite, you know, from the players of this team. He's liked by his teammates, and that's always a good thing. Again, he's just a firecracker, man, on that pitch for Hydel.
Rush, this Forbes defender, man. Oh gosh, and he kicks it!
Brilliant.
Do you see how he took it down with sheer class, and he just swivels his way smoothly to the middle of the park, puts his head down and drives right through it, aiming for that right hand upright, just missing it. Wouldn't that be an amazing goal had it converted?
It would have, and definitely one of the players of the game today. I feel like his marshalling at the back for Hydel today is nothing to understate. I feel like he was really good. Can remember one mistake from him, you know, other than that clearance that he made a while ago that got blocked. Really good player.
Michael Forbes, people, one to watch. I can't wait to see more of him and more of this Hydel team. And it's one out by Rust, who plays it into Barrett. You see the players hold their run. It was beautifully held by Allen. And he takes it up and he tries to cut in. Oh, and it's well tackled up.
Hard tackle. I think that's a message from the Penwood defenders. They are not enjoying this cameo performance from Allen.
He's definitely making his name today. You know, I'm sure the people of This or That Sports TV will be asking about this Allen kid. And we've just confirmed a Manning Cup feature with Hydel. We'll be going up to Ferry within the next week to introduce you. And we'll ensure to speak to Allen when we get the chance. And Sir Brian plays it through. So yes, Rush. The final whistle. It was an amazing game. You know, we saw double-digit goals from this Hydel team. You know, Penwood, I think they fought and they had heart. But on this day, heart was not nearly enough. And at the final whistle, people, it's Hydel High School 10, Penwood High School 0. Any last words before we check out, Rush?
Man, a dominant performance from Hydel. This is exactly what they would have wanted to accomplish today. Just came out, keep a clean sheet against a team like Penwood and assert your dominance in this group. You know, they're a team that score goals whenever they play. And I think they will continue to do that until they meet the bigger and better teams in this year's schoolboy football competition. Man, Hydel is back to stake a claim for this year's title. Excited game, and I'm glad that we came to this one. Really, really good game from Hydel. As far as Penwood go, nothing much to speak about. One or two players on the part that you can say, you know, is above the level of Penwood, but you know, I respect the effort. I respect the stubbornness, you'd say, wanting to play the way your coach asks you to. You know, that style of play, trying to play out from the back. I admire it. And I think, you know, Penwood, when playing against some of the lesser teams in the group, they could get, you know, a good result for them to take back and enjoy when they go back to school the next day. But yeah, all in all, a good game from the refs. I feel like they officiated this game well. I can't remember a mistake made by them. You know, we have the luxury of, you know, watching back any of the calls that they made. But I feel like they were spot on today with their calls. And all in all, a good day of football from Mar Valley Football Club. Hydel 10, Penwood 0.
And yes, people, thank you so much for joining us on today's broadcast. This or That Sports TV's coverage of the Manning Cup here at Mar Valley Football Field. I'm Joe Mar.
I'm Rush.
Thank you so much for joining us, people. This was This or That Sports TV. And we'll see you another time.